Hello YouTube! Welcome to my channel where I talk about legendary Pokemon, legendary trainers, and Pokemon legends. Basically everything Pokemon. So I recently got my Pikachu up to level 100 traveling through all the regions in the games. Starting with Kanto and then going all the way up to ultimately Kalos and then Hoenn again because I can't transfer backwards. And it got me thinking, is Ash's Pikachu legendary? Or should I say Red's Pikachu?
This is it! You're all I've got left to count on! Charizard!
I'll be crossing worlds here between anime, manga, and the game series, but Ursa with me. Since I'll be dealing with 3 Pikachus, I'll give each Pikachu a little name. Pikachu A is Ash's, Pikachu R is Red's, and Pikachu O is Professor Oak. Let's rewind for a second here. Red first appeared in the game series in Red and Blue version, the Kanto region, and in Heart Gold Soul Silver, Johto region, and later on in the Unova region, Black and White. He also has his own manga series as well. However, Red, much like Ash's father, is never shown in the anime, but that doesn't mean he doesn't exist. In the first episode of the anime, Ash is watching a Pokemon League battle between a trainer and Bruno, the second Elite Four member. This shows that there is a league that is set up much like the games. You battle at the gyms and collect 8 badges, except Gary, who has 10 badges. Way to go, Gary. Way to go. Anyways, you collect the badges and then you are worthy enough to battle the Elite Four. After you defeat all of them, you then battle the champion. But Ash never officially battled the Elite Four in the anime, because the league he saw on TV is a completely different league, even though it's still in the Kanto region. In the game series, and manga and Pokemon Origins, the Pokemon League champion is Blue, Red's rival. But Red beats Blue and is then the Pokemon League champion. But he then goes off, much like Adler does in the Unova region, to continue his training. Although, while he was in the Kanto region, he probably caught a Pikachu much like everyone else in Viridian Forest. I know, this sounds like I'm stretching a bit, but I'm just going along with the story arc and what seems possible. Even though he caught Pikachu R, he doesn't use it in the Pokemon League battles. But who is to say he doesn't train it along the way? Trainers train out their Pokemon all the time. After becoming the Pokemon League champion, he then decided to bring Pikachu R along with him on his Johto journey, leaving Lance as the Pokemon League champion for Kanto. Red goes throughout the Johto region, collecting all the badges, and then competes in the Pokemon League. He wins that one as well. He then goes to the Peak of Mount Silver to reflect on what he should do next. In silence, and in cold, with 6 of his Pokemon that he just healed. Anywho, he is then encountered by Ethan, who has just finished battling the Elite Four and is looking to challenge the champion. After an intense battle, which was incredibly hard in the game, Ethan beats Red. Red then goes back to Palatine. He then gives Professor Oak Pikachu R as a gift to further his research. Oak himself probably had a Pikachu as well, since Oak used to be a Pokemon League champion, according to the manga, but later gave that up to become a Pokemon professor. He then made Pikachu O with Pikachu R to get a Pichu. He also gave Pikachu O the light ball that he picked up from his journey, thus giving a Pichu that has Volt Tackle. Pokemon in the anime can have more than 4 moves. It only makes sense. So when Ash discovers that his Pikachu can use Volt Tackle, that just means that his Pikachu is at a high enough level to use Volt Tackle. But back to Professor Oak. After he hatches the Pichu, he then gifts it to Red, who then trains it enough to evolve into Pikachu through friendship/happiness. However, Red leaves the now Pikachu A with Professor Oak and continues his Pokemon journey with a new Pokemon team. Man, to be the Pichu that just came into the world and had the chance to train with a legendary trainer, but ultimately be left behind just to be replaced by a new team, that's pretty harsh, Red, even if you don't ever speak. After many years, Pikachu A is left in his Pokeball until the day arrives for a new generation of Pokemon trainers to set out on their journeys. After Ash arrives too late to choose one of the three starters, but later catches all three anyways, proving that you don't have to be on time to get what you want. After Oak felt sorry for Ash, he remembered he had one more Pokemon. Pikachu A is immediately upset to see that it is not Red letting him out of his Pokeball, and shocks Ash out of anger. He then refuses to listen to Ash because he is not his original trainer. Pikachu also doesn't want to go back into his Pokeball in fear that he will be abandoned again. And I don't blame him. Even though I think they can still hear stuff outside the Pokeball, it's never really clear. It would get pretty lonely in there. But eventually Pikachu A warms up to Ash, they travel together and become inseparable, forming a bond that would span their entire lifetime. So is Pikachu A really Red's? And is Pikachu R a legendary Pokemon? Well, if you believe my theory, then yes, Pikachu A was once Red's, but was abandoned. Hence why we never see Red in the anime. But to say Pikachu R is a legendary Pokemon is quite a stretch. But not necessarily. Arcanine is a pseudo-legendary, as well as other Pokemon like Dragonite and Tyranitar. You could even say the Surfing Pikachu is a legendary, given the fact that Pikachu doesn't normally learn Surf. Even though the total experience of Pikachu at level 100 won't be 1,250,000 experience points, it can still be considered a legendary, given the fact that it is the only Pikachu in the game series to be level 88, and has Red as its original trainer. You could say Pikachu is a semi-pseudo-legendary Pokemon, much like the Surfing Pikachu would. The fact that Pikachu A was originally Red's would explain why Pikachu A levels up so quickly, implying that trading mechanics would work in this situation, and why he knows some already powerful moves, and why Team Rocket wants Pikachu so badly, other than the fact that they were just plain silly in their first appearance. Pikachu A first defeated them with the help from Ash, who magically charged up Pikachu with an upside-down bike and a small light on the front. But magical Pokemon, right? Speaking of magic, in the Unova region, Red shows up again in a tournament and he has a Pikachu again. The Pikachu that Red has is the one gifted to Professor Oak, Pikachu R. It is level 50 because of game mechanics and stuff. So that explains how Ash's Pikachu was originally Red's, and how he is so overpowered throughout the anime, except for one episode that will never be named. Ever. Ever. So that's how Ash Guy's Pikachu and how Red's Pikachu is a legendary Pokemon. If you don't agree with me, then find the holes in my theory. Please do. Please. I love it when people prove me wrong. It helps us all learn. In my next video, I will talk about how Sir Aaron is Ash's ancestor. Well, until next week, keep catching those Pokemon. Oh, and before someone points it out in the comments, Red does defeat Team Rocket in the Pokemon Origins series. So doesn't that mean that he never existed? Not necessarily. Team Rocket seems to be pretty evil, so it would seem pretty reasonable that they would change their goals after Red defeats them. Giovanni could have just lied to him in the Origin series, because he's evil.